cause that be natural.
Lady
I ain't
D.
looking tacky. I keep my game tactful.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm so nappy.
M.O.B.
Cause that be
The
natural. I ain't
infamous.
looking tacky cause I keep my game tactful.
I'm so pretty, I'm so fabu, I'm so natural, it's like it's a taboo. I'm so filthy, got the tattoo, stuck in these bitches like I own ragu. On my business with my platoon, getting these minutes like I'm a typhoon. Y'all is jersey on that cartoon and I'm still on top. Hey guys, welcome back to Afros and Baby Hairs, and today we'll be doing another nails and designs experiment. This will be number 22. We're going to be doing flowers, leaves, and French tips. So if you're interested in seeing how we pull this off, then please keep on watching. All right, so right here, guys, I am trying to repair a nail that is broken. This nail broke, too far down, so I'm going to have to wait until it grows out before I can actually cut this nail. I actually bent my nail back, and so it is cracked. So what I like to do is take some glue in a tea bag and actually repair the nail temporarily until it grows out. Usually after I soak the polish off, I will have to repeat this step until the nail grows out. So I'm just showing you what I do to repair the nail. And you basically just need a tea bag and some glue, and it will definitely seal your nail until it grows out, versus using a band-aid, because you can actually still file this down and paint over the actual tea bag. So that is what I'm doing in this clip. So in this clip, I'm just going to file it down to make sure that it's pretty even. You don't want to file away the whole entire tea bag, but you do want to file it down a little bit so it won't be as noticeable. So I'm just going to file it down, buff it a little bit, and then paint over it with the Sally Hansen nail hardener. And then I'll proceed on with my regular manicure. So that's what I'm doing in this clip. So now that I have all of the polish cleaned off my nails, I'm going to go ahead and follow up with the Sally Hansen nail hardener for all of my nails. So that's what I'm doing on this clip, and then I'll let them dry before moving on to the next steps. All right, so now that the nail hardener has dried, we're going to move on to preparing these nail decals. So I'm just putting down the fast drying top coat as my base, and I'm going to let that dry before I move on to the stamping process. So this is what I'm doing in this particular clip, is putting down the fast drying top coat as my base. So today we're going to be working with a new stamping plate. This is the BP-L015, and I wanted to get the leaves and a couple of flowers from on here. So I'm just showing you the designs that I plan on working with. So remember to pull that blue film off of your plates before beginning the process. Now I've also grabbed my black stamping polish. This is the Born Pretty number 3 in the black stamping polish, and then I have my Teen Beauty stamper, the colorful one with the metal base. And so we're just going to begin the process of actually putting down the stamping polish, and then picking up the design with the stamper and then stamping it onto the decal. And I'm going to make about 4 or 5 of these, and then I'm going to move on to the other design, still using that same stamping polish. So yeah, remember to have your acetone and your cotton rounds ready, because you will have to clean the actual plate after each stamping. And also you do want to use tweezers or some type of utensil if your nails are already painted and you don't want to mess them up. So you want to use some tweezers or something to handle this cotton round and acetone so that you won't mess up your nails. Also make sure that you're avoiding any plastic, because the acetone will eat it up, melt it. So I just wanted to remind you of that. And in this clip I just moved on to the other design, which is a leaf. And so I am stamping those onto the decals that I've set aside on the example portion in the circles. And the polishes that you see here on the actual mat are from my Beauty Spot nail polishes. I got them from the 5 and Below store. They came in a little case. I did get a few cases of these. They have a lot of different kinds. However, I got these because they have some fall colors. I also have some for spring and summer colors. I just get these to actually, fill in my actual decals. I don't want to use, really expensive polish. I mean, you can, but I just choose not to. I just like to get these. However, I do want to say, as far as these polishes are concerned, they don't have any names on them. That's one thing, so I can't tell you the exact name of the color that I'm using. And also, the brushes are made kind of weird, so you may have to tweak the brushes because they are flimsy, scattered all over the place. But yeah, it's only in a selected few. But you know, if you do decide to get these little cases like this just to do your coloring inside of your decals, so just pay attention to the brushes because you may have to tweak them. But anyway, on this particular clip, I am just coloring in all of my decals, the colors that I wanted to use. And today I decided that I only wanted to put a decal on my thumb, middle finger, and ring finger on both hands. I'm going to put the leaf on the thumbs and then the actual flowers on the middle finger and ring finger, and then the rest of the nails will have a French tip. So once I seal these in with this fast drying top coat, I'm going to move on to the actual French tip portion, and I'm going to be using the French tips tip guides to assist with that. So we'll move on to that in just a second. So yeah, this is my first time using these tip guides. So what I discovered is you may have to cut these down to fit your nail if you want them to cling on to the nail properly. So that's what I did. I applied them with the tweezers and then had to cut off the sides so that they could stay on the nail and fit on the nail properly. So that's what I did. And once I got all of the tips onto the nail, I did proceed on to paint them whatever color I wanted the tips to be. And then I removed the actual tip guides. And also I did go ahead and seal in the French tips with the fast drying top coat. And then once I completed this task, we move on to actually placing the decals onto the nail. I did have footage of me putting on all of the decals. However, I did not know that my camera had stopped recording, so I didn't capture that footage like I thought I did. However, I do have a couple of nails where I'm showing you how I put on the decals. So we'll move on to that in just a few moments after getting these tips together. So as you can see, I decided to go with the actual green color just because I used a little bit of green in the actual decals for the thumbs. I just wanted to make that color pop a little bit more, so that's why I opted for green. But you can do your tips whatever color you would like. So yeah. So yeah, once you paint the tips, you want to go ahead and remove the tip guides. That way you won't mess up the actual tips. You won't make any mistakes. However, sometimes it still messes up, and you can just go in and clean it up with your acetone and your brush. So that's what I'm doing, just removing these actual tip guides. And then, like I said, I will go ahead and seal these tips in with this fast drying top coat after I clean up any mistakes. So here we're just repeating the process on the opposite hand, just painting those tips and then removing the tip guides and then sealing everything in with the actual fast drying top coat. So right here, I'm just finishing up on the actual application process of the decals. So as you may know that when you don't let the decals dry completely, they tend to be harder to peel away from the mat. So you really want to take your time to peel these off. And for the sake of the video, I tend to go ahead and peel mine before they are dry so that I can just get through the video. But you really want to take your time. If you have the time, you can let them dry up to maybe an hour or so before you place them on. That way you can ensure that they're completely dry. Now, once you peel these off, you want to cut away any excess that you know you're not going to need for your nail. That way you won't have much of a cleanup process. Now, also, since these were colored in, please remember that that is called reverse stamping. So you will have to turn these over before you place them on the nail. So just remember to do that as well. So here I'm just showing you how I cut off the excess polish that I know that I'm not going to need on my nail. And then I'm going to peel away the other one and do the same exact process. And then we're going to move on to placing them onto the nail, which is basically just taking the fast drying top coat, painting the nail, and you're going to use that as your adhesive. And then press the actual decal onto the nail, get it as smooth as possible. And then you're going to, make sure that your sides are covered, the sides of your nail, everything is covered. And then you're going to add your fast drying top coat to the top of the actual decal to seal it all in. And then you will proceed on to cleaning up any excess polish or any excess decal that is on the outside of the nail bed. That's basically on your skin. And you're going to make sure that you bend the actual decal to fold over the tips of your nail, just because you want that to seal in as well. But you want to try to make everything as smooth as possible before you add this actual top coat. So you just press it on. This is just how I do mine. I don't know if this is the professional way to do it, but it seems to work for me. So I'm just putting you on to what I've been doing. But once you start working with this particular stamping process, then you will figure out your own way of doing things that work for you. So I'm just showing you what works for me, and you can tweak it however you need to fit, what works for you. So right here, I'm just cleaning up any excess, trying to make everything look as seamless as possible and as professional as possible. And it's really not that hard. You just have to work with it and learn how to manipulate the actual decal. So yeah, that's what we're doing in this clip. And I'll show you how I apply the actual next decal as well. And also, if you have any questions about how I do this, you can leave any questions in the comment section, or you can email me and I'll be happy to try to explain it a little further. But yeah. think I should have done my tips in one of the colors that I use in the actual fill-in on the designs, but oh well. So yeah, once you're done cleaning everything up and sealing everything in, you can sit under the dryer for maybe like 30 minutes or so, just to make sure that every layer of your polish is completely dry. And that's what I did. And right here is the finished look. So yeah, guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. We really appreciate your time and energy. We hope to see you guys on the next video. Peace and love. And as always, be blissful.
DJ Mike C on the track.
Cause that be natural.
Lady
I ain't looking tacky. I keep my game tactful.
Yo,
Yeah, I'm so nappy. Cause that be natural. I ain't looking tacky. Cause I keep my game tactful.
I'm so pretty, I'm so faboo, I'm so natural, it's like it's a taboo. I'm so filthy, got the tattoo, hucking these bitches like I own ragu. On my business with my platoon, getting these minutes like I'm a typhoon. Y'all is jersey on that cartoon, and I'm still on top of these buffoons. I'm so nappy, I'm so nappy. All these dudes that wanna get at me, I'm so cultured and I'm happy. Jealous witches wanna come back me, cause I'm comfortable in my skin. End of the day, you lose, I win. I'm so comfortable in my ends, don't care if I make or lose a few friends. And I look like $1 trillion. Lady, we won a lotto, cause in the Lord I trust. And beauty is the motto. Naturally thick in the